Hear, O world.
Do you see any other reasons why many dialogues are held nowadays between the Muslims and Christian missions?
I think the gap between both is becoming smaller as each is more tolerant, although both are still competing in getting more converts. We Muslims feel closer to the sincere Christians than to the Jews, or the idol worshippers and the atheists. The Quran clearly says in chapter 5, verse 82, "Thou wilt find the most vehement of mankind in hostility to those who are Muslims, to be, the Jews and the idolaters. And thou wilt find the nearest of them in affection to those who believe, those who say, Lo, we are Christians. This is because there are among them priests and monks, i.e. persons entirely devoted to the service of God, as are the Muslims, and because they are not proud." Some Christian denominations are making tremendous progress now by acknowledging for the first time in history that Muhammad, peace be upon him, descended from Ishmael, the first son of Prophet Abraham, through his second son Kedar. The 1980 Davis Dictionary of the Bible, sponsored by the Board of Christian Education of the Presbyterian Church in the USA, writes under the word Kedar, "A tribe descended from Ishmael," Genesis chapter 25, verse 13. The people of Kedar were Pliny's Sedrai, and from their tribe Muhammad ultimately arose. The International Standard Bible Encyclopedia quotes the following from A.S. Fulton. Of the Ishmaelite tribes, Kedar must have been one of the most important, and thus in later times the name came to be applied to all the wild tribes of the desert. It is through Kedar, Arab-Keidar, that Muslim genealogists trace the descent of Muhammad from Ishmael. Also, Smith's Bible Dictionary prints the following: Kedar, second son of Ishmael, Genesis chapter 25, verse 13, Muhammad traces his lineage to Abraham through the celebrated Koreish tribe, which sprang from Kedar. The Arabs in the Hejaz are called Beni Harb, men of war, and are Ishmaelites as of old from their beginning. Palgrave in the 1800s says their language is as pure now as when the Quran was written, AD 610, having remained unchanged more than 1,200 years. A fine proof of the permanency of Eastern institutions. The biggest asset brought by Muslim immigrants to the Western Hemisphere is not their manpower but Islam, which is now taking root there. Many mosques and Islamic centers have been established and many Christians have reverted into Islam. I prefer the word reverted and not converted, because, Allah, in the Quran states, every child is born in the natural religion, the parents convert him to Judaism, Christianity, etc. This is further proof that Islam is spreading by the sword of intellect, by the propagation of individual Muslims. And, interesting fact, the world population has increased by 136% from 1934 through 1984. Christianity increased by 47% and Islam by 235%. Source: The Plain Truth, February 1984, in its 50-year anniversary issue.
By the year 2070, the number of Muslims could equal the number of Christians around the world. That's according to a study by the Pew Research Center. Over the next 4 decades, Christians will still be the largest religious group, but Islam will grow faster than any other major religion and make up 30% of the world's population.
The parents convert him to Judaism, Christianity, etc. This is further proof that Islam is spreading by the sword of intellect,